Package. It's time for the Perfect Package podcast. Here are your hosts, Chad and Dave.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and the rest of you, and everybody else, I guess we'll say. This is P3, the Perfect Package podcast. That's all there is tonight.
I was going to say, you're struggling?
No, I'm just saying that's all there is tonight because it's not time for another Perfect Package. We ain't doing no damn Perfect Package tonight. No, we're here to chit chat. We're here to talk. We're here to have a good time. And we're joined by friends. I'm Chad.
It's your boy, Dave. I'm giggling at the pod dicks. I'm sorry.
Pod dicks.
I'll never not see it. That's all it ever looks
I
like.
see it now. Ooh, we're powered by them.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Thanks, sponsor. Pod Dicks.
Not only are we powered by pod dicks, we are powered times three by pod dicks.
Oh, my God. Yes. Joining us again tonight is my wife,
What's up, fellas?
Emily. Hello.
Hello.
And we have other friends that we brought tonight. Well, Emily brought a friend. This is Sarah.
Sarah.
Hello. Thanks for having me on.
Hello.
Ooh, they turned her on.
They turned her on.
Pod dicks.
Pod Dicks turned her on.
Thank you. Amazing.
Also joining us tonight from the great state of Florida. You.
Is it great, though?
Is it really?
I already promised.
It's because she lives there.
Oh, yes. You know her, you love her, or at least you tolerate her. Ladies and gentlemen, from Moms and Murder podcast, it is Mandy.
Hi, everybody.
She gets to say the fun words tonight, but she won't. She has a
I
brand to uphold.
Yeah, I'm not allowed.
Do not cross advertise, because people will show up here and they'll be like, I don't think that this is okay.
Yeah. I know. I didn't tell anybody I was coming.
Good. That's
Wow.
I'm
how
telling
it goes.
you. I'm
And-
just kidding.
And I'm
I'm
telling
kidding.
everyone.
And last but not least, joining us from the fair state of New Jersey, Dave said it, not me. From Capes on the Couch, it is Anthony.
Hello. So good to be here. And Chad, you've inspired my facial hair choices.
It took a long time for me to get all the salt down here. Let me tell you, it took me.
Oh no,
years
see,
to get all the salt
it was
down
there
here.
from jump for me. It's all salt and like a dash of pepper at this
You turn the
point.
comments on.
There it is.
Hi,
So-
We
Dina.
have a real gender split here on the facial hair. It's a very sharp line.
Oh yeah.
I
So we
would-
do.
Kill for some gray, some proper gray. At this point, I have like a few up top, and mostly people just think I have lint in my hair.
He has one.
I have one.
He has the one gray hair.
He has one gray hair, and everybody's like, "Hey, you got something on your?"
Pull it out.
No,
It is
Oh,
such
ow.
gratification to pull them out.
no. Maybe
That's
for
what
you.
Sorry.
That is, in fact, what she said.
Fair enough.
She being her. All right, so we want to do some questions tonight, just to have fun. And I heard this, and I'm going to pose it to the group. We can go one at a time, but I'm curious as to, this is a hypothetical, so this is open to everybody. Whoever wants to answer, maybe we'll collectively answer it. Here's your hypothetical. Where do you stand on this? Would you take $10 million with this stipulation? There is a snail
Yes.
that is out to kill you. He said yes.
I heard
There's
the
a
snail.
Are we taking turns?
Well, let me explain the rules here. Yeah, we're all going to take turns.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a snail that is out to kill you with this 10. That's what is the string attached to this 10,000 or $10 million. It moves at a normal pace, but if
For
it
a
touches
snail?
you, you die. Yes. So you can go
A
home.
snail's
You can,
pace, literally.
yeah, you can go to work and do your thing. When you go home, you're safe because you know it's going to take a while for that snail to get there. But when you go back to work, it's going to be waiting for you. Like if you do Uber Eats or something like that, you get some meal delivery. You know, maybe it hitches a ride with the Uber driver and it ends up at your house and you weren't expecting it to get there that quick. I don't know. It's just come on.
Sure.
You have transposed the numbers a few times. It's either you said
It's 10 million.
It's 10 million. Okay, there's a big difference, sir, between 10,000 and 10 million.
Okay, $10 million, but the stipulation is there is going to be a snail out to get you. And if it touches your clothes just once, you're dead.
These are questions that we used to ask each other when we were like 18 and high.
Well, now we're older
And not.
and drunk.
And
But
I was going to say older and drunk.
Cheers, friends.
Cheers.
in fact, cheers. Yes, cheers.
I will reserve my answer after taking stock of the room. So
Okay.
I'll wait.
All right, Anthony.
I already said it. Hell yeah. Up to $10 million
He
to
said
avoid
yes.
a snail. Yeah, I didn't even hear what the rest of the thing was. All you said was $10 million.
Option
There's a snail. And I
A,
was like,
you get $10 million.
okay, do I have
And a
to
snail's out to
kill me?
get you?
Do
Or
I have
B,
to,
B.
do I have to fuck it? Like, what's the thing? Whatever. It's $10 million. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay,
I have to
you're
avoid
good.
a snail for 10 million. Where do I sign up? Like,
I guess it
Don't-
comes down to people
don't
that are
tease me,
super
Chad. Don't
paranoid.
tease me. Don't come with hypotheticals if you can't deliver.
What if it's one of the toilet snails? Like you sit down and you don't know it's there, and
It's
then
not
next
a
thing you know,
thing.
it's
That's
there.
what I was banking on is the
Excuse me?
paranoia to come out in somebody.
I have all the paranoia for you.
Did you say a toilet snail?
There's no way
toilet
that's a real
snail.
thing.
It
That's
could
not
be a
an
real thing.
So
Haven't
I
you
like
ever
that she
like?
said one of those toilet snails because I'm automatically thinking like, is that a thing? Like, are there
Smells like
toilet
water.
snails?
There could always be anything in your toilet when you sit down and you're
No.
Listen,
No.
the only time
thinking
I
about
can
toilet
imagine
snails now, aren't you?
a toilet snail is if you're in like a porta potty, like an old school outdoor, exposed to the elements ass porta potty. Then there might be snails in it.
When your ass is bare, hovering over just nothing but blackness, the toilet snail could happen.
No, see, you got it backwards.
Don't even,
The
no,
toilet-
Anthony, no. You can
No,
change your
no.
answer now. No.
No. No. Silence, and you'll get where I'm coming from. No, the
The
toilet snail.
snail's coming for you.
The toilet snail is when you take a really long dookie and it twirls around in the bowl and it sort of curls up. That's a toilet snail. It's one long unbroken shit that just curls around.
Is it though?
That's a toilet snail.
I'm
Is it
accepting that
though?
as canon from now on.
I
Thank
think
you.
anything could live under your ass in the great nothingness.
And Anthony
think I
is
like it
a comic book expert. Therefore, it's canon. It will forever be canon now. All right. Sarah, do you want to chime in on this?
Okay, first of all, hell no. I don't want your money. I don't want your friggin' snail. Anthony can have it. I have way too much anxiety to be worrying about like how the snail is going to get me for the rest of my life. No.
Yes.
And it will be the rest of your life, whether it gets you or not. Like that snail is coming for you forever.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
I don't want that. I don't want that over my head or under my ass. I don't.
Thank you.
It
Okay,
doesn't
what
need
if the
to be.
snail were like incredibly smart and like manipulative? Because I mean, it's a murderous snail, so probably. I mean,
Why are
Mandy's
we
an expert on murders here.
extra
As soon
factors
as
to the
Chad
snail?
said, like, or whoever said, come in the Uber Eats, I thought, snails in my pizza. I'm going to swallow it. I'm dead.
First thing I thought was it's gonna like hold one of my children like at the school, and then I'm gonna go pick up my kid, and it's gonna be like, okay, I will eat your kid or kill you, and then I'm
You
gonna
got
have
the
to
anxiety girls on this podcast. We don't
Yeah.
want your $10 million.
keep your million. No, thank you.
You realize for $10 million, you could pay somebody probably like $50K a year just to watch out for a snail, like as a personal assistant. Like you could hire.
Have you ever
somebody
made
on
50K
the
a year? Do you know the kind of work ethic that goes along with like a middle income life?
Your only job is to watch out for a snail.
Yeah.
I feel like you could hire
Yeah,
somebody who
he's
got
like
nothing going on.
for a pack of smokes, like real quick. Like, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah. If you're
You need
only
like high
duty-
security
if you're-
detail. That's a different situation. Requires a higher salary, or else they're slacking on the job. Sorry.
okay, you bump it up to 100K. What do you fucking do? Your job is to watch out for a goddamn snail.
24 hours a day.
They're so wee.
Wee little snail.
Like literally, you can.
Now could you save your 100,000 a year and just put a nice line of salt around your house?
Say literal salt.
Salt, table salt. It doesn't even have to be kosher salt.
Can you murder the snail? Is that like one of the options?
As soon as you see it, can you kill it?
You can't touch it
No, you can't.
because if it touches you, you dead.
I mean, with like
An Uzi
another
would
object.
be touching it.
Uzi, you got a fucking hammer.
I feel like the Uzi is real overkill.
All right,
Snail.
Mandy, we need an expert.
Kill me.
You're a murder expert, so
Yeah. I mean, not quite.
okay. You're
But
not
yeah,
an expert in
yeah.
snail murder.
Yeah. Well, heck yeah, I want $10 million, and I'm from Florida, so I'm not really scared of a snail. But I mean, you can just step on them and kill them. That's like actually a thing.
Can't
so
touch it.
You can't touch it
well,
though.
what about like touching it or beating it with something else, like a stick? I can just like picture myself just beating it to death and being happy, and then also letting the rest of you pay me $100,000 a year to keep your snails away.
Oh, so she's turning this into a side
Stop
gig
it.
here.
Which seems reasonable, honestly.
Can't knock the hustle.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, Dave. What do you got to say about this?
Clearly,
whole
I'm taking the
situation?
$10 million. Obviously, yes, I'm taking the $10 million. And the answer is very simple. I can spot the snail, know where it was, and then move across an ocean. What the fuck is that snail gonna do?
It's gonna get on a boat.
It's not getting on a boat. You've seen the speed that snails move. It's not getting on a boat on purpose. That boat will have arrived at a dock, stayed for a couple of days, and left before that snail can reach it. It's never getting on a boat. I'm fine. I'll move to I don't know, Ireland.
Saskatchewan.
She'll give up all your family and friends to move to Ireland, never come back.
For $10 million,
Yeah.
I'll move my favorite people to Ireland and get them set up. And then we'll all live in Ireland together. It'll be fun.
Too cold.
I
No, thanks.
assume. I don't know if Ireland's actually fun. I just know that Ireland has replaced Machu Picchu as the I've been outside of the country storytelling for young white women. Machu Picchu's off the table. I spent a summer in Ireland. It was fantastic.
Excuse me, I went to England, not Ireland. Thank you very much.
Sorry. So sorry. You have more money, clearly.
Not all white women. Gosh.
I feel like poor young white women go to Ireland. If you have any money, you're going to London. I'm just wondering where the next wave is going to be. Because seriously, Machu Picchu was it for a while. I would feel safe in Machu Picchu from the snail as well. A lot
Yes,
of
Dina.
sand.
Put that comment up there.
All right. So here we go from Dina. The question is more, would you suffer crippling fact-based anxiety for the rest of your life in exchange for $10 million?
And nah.
No way.
I just don't understand how it's crippling. It's a snail.
But you never know where. It's a snail. It is a snail indeed.
I feel like I wouldn't
It's
even
wee.
I wouldn't even be afraid if you told me something more dangerous was after me. If you were like a lion's after you for the rest of your life, I'd still take the $10 million. Because
That's what I'm saying. It's a snail. It's little.
The three of you have like he, him pronouns, like this is a very clear gender divide here.
It is. I'm sorry.
But I don't think that's fair. I don't know that all of the women that I know have anxiety about tiny things that can't catch them.
This is your test group.
All right, fair
So
enough.
only women have anxiety
There's a
about
joke
these
there
things.
about women.
I didn't
having
point that
anxiety
out.
about anything,
I
so
was
I'm
not the
gonna-
one who
I'm
pointed
not going to
that
go
out.
there.
Wow.
I mean, perhaps women are just the wise ones.
That's
I mean, what
Yeah.
about me? I said I would take on my snail and all of yours. So
Exactly.
how
It
does
was
that factor in?
It was
Yeah.
not a pure gender divide, as Sarah.
That's right, Sarah. Your argument has been defeated because Mandy
I
is going
forgot.
on the hunt.
I forgot Mandy's a dumbass too. Sorry. Excuse me.
Also, think of the great stories that your children and your children's children can tell. When you're like telling your story of tripping around the world, being chased down by a snail, and they could be like, "Yeah, Grandma was kind of a badass. She was always on the run from a murderer who was coming after her."
I do not need to be the badass granny. I am happy to make cookies for my middle income grandchildren. Thank you.
Also bread.
And bread.
Also bread. My sourdough
bread.
starter is really nice if anybody needs any.
I actually do. I'm kind of into it
I
now.
will bring you some.
So
I'll
excited.
bring you some.
Wear your mask.
Yeah. This one.
All right, next question. We are going to some of these are going to be silly, some are thought-provoking, some are just questions. So we're going to drop this one down to Anthony. Anthony, you're going to kick us off on this one.
All
If you
right.
could bring back one famous person, bring one famous person back from the dead, who would you pick?
Ooh.
Yikes!
Yikes.
Question, because I think this is important to clarify.
Yes.
Are they being brought back immediately at the time of death, or do I get to choose at what point in their life they return?
What do you think, Dave? If you bring somebody back from the dead, at what time frame would you bring them back? When they died, or do you get to pick?
I think it's only fair that you get to pick. There's a lot of people that died in pretty advanced age, and you're like, that's not. Nobody cares about that person anymore, or not. Sorry, nobody cares about that person as they are then. In terms of pop culture, their family probably still cares about them. But
Yeah.
Okay, so if I could bring back anybody at any point, and I say, okay, I want this era person. I'm gonna go with an early 20s Da Vinci. I know it's cliche, but I would love to see the genius that he has in modern times. I would love to see young, scrappy, brilliant Da Vinci with modern technology, because he was so far ahead of everybody else in his time on pretty much every level. And as a polymath, I consider myself somewhat of a polymath. He's like the god of polymaths. And I would just love to see what he would come up with, and how his brain would operate given all of the technology and so many things that he created back then that we now have, to the nth degree. To have him turn around and say, okay, this is what you've made based on my designs. Now I'm going to take it and build on top of that. So
Everybody's answers is going to be really crappy after that.
Maybe we'll just switch to a new question.
That was really good. That was very
I'd be down with
thank you,
that.
Jared. I appreciate your comment.
yes.
Yes. Listen to Capes on the Couch and listen to wisdom like that all the time.
I have
Oh, no.
listened to Capes
On Capes on the Couch, I am not the smart one. That's my co-host. I'm just the idiot who likes comics.
Well, on here you can be the smart one, so that's cool.
Ain't nobody beating Anthony on this.
Anybody else got a famous person they would want to bring back from the dead? And who?
I just want to say this is just completely backing on what we talked about earlier, is I would like to bring back Kurt Cobain only because my husband swears Courtney killed him, and I don't think so.
She did not kill him. No.
Thank you.
She
sounds
arranged it.
I can be. You had really bad headaches. I'm so sorry. Kurt.
Badass.
Yeah.
She's a badass.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now, see,
Yes.
it's funny because if we're talking musicians, which I think is like a whole separate, because I didn't answer this question considering like musicians because I feel like
That was the first thing I thought of. I was like, who do I pick, Prince or Bowie? Like,
That
was my
no, but see, for
question.
years, I have always said if I had a time machine, one of the first things I would do, and I'm very curious to see who's going to get this. I would go back and give Terry Kath gun safety lessons.
Yes. The death hag gets that.
I do. I do.
Because Terry Kath was so goddamn brilliant, but didn't know how to.
Nobody else
properly
knows who
operate a
it
gun.
is, but it's
Terry-
not really famous enough. Like
Terry Kath was the
You gotta know.
original lead guitarist for Chicago,
Ah, okay.
and
Who
was
famous last words, the gun's not loaded.
Oh, I didn't need to know
Yeah.
that. See, and that Chicago is
Sorry.
perfect for Fran, bringing it back to the nightlight, which we talked about before we were live. You guys ever
All right,
listen to
there's
Fran?
one. Ryan's got one. Walt Disney.
Aw.
Bring back Walt Disney and show him what they've done.
But he was super racist, like super racist. Like
Well,
of
Disney
all-
was?
Okay, that's okay.
Is it okay?
It's fine, Dave. Is it okay? It's
fine.
fine.
Why do you have to ask Dave if it's okay? Why? It's because Dave's brown.
He's my brown friend.
I'm his brown
Wow.
friend. I make sure it's
Wow.
okay.
Are you be on this show?
I say
Sorry,
Redmond
my
Brown.
sheep at the cleaners.
Yeah.
We moved on past it. Huh?
Okay,
We don't around anymore.
here's my
Oh
question.
boy.
Does this person have to be dead already? Can I just restore somebody to their prime?
No, they have to be dead.
They have to be dead.
They have to be dead?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why? Who would you want to restore to your prime, Dave?
The real
Dave.
answer is Martha Stewart, because I bet she fucking partied as a young woman. And I
Martha
was partying-
Stewart is in her prime.
She is in her prime.
I'm
Correct.
listen,
This is her time to shine.
if Martha, listen, I'm just saying, I don't know when might have been her just like peak in terms of just
Now.
like, all right. Listen, I'd get down with Martha Stewart.
She's
right
hanging
now.
out with Snoop. Like,
I
there a
love, I
now you want
love
to talk
her
about
so
restoring
hard.
somebody
I
to their
love Martha
prime?
Stewart.
Let's talk Snoop.
I don't know that I want to restore Snoop to his prime. I like old crazy Uncle Snoop way better than any other version.
I love Snoop.
I like Crazy Uncle Snoop too.
Dude's
I mean, I
insane.
think
I
we
do
always knew that was his destiny. Like,
He
was on his way there.
He is the problematic uncle. He says shit that you're like, that's not okay. He does shit and you're like, that's not okay. But you're like, ah, Snoop.
Yeah.
Kanye doesn't get that grace.
He doesn't, because he acts like too much of a dick. He's the uncle where you're like, why is he here? Go home.
Good. His music's so good, but he's such an idiot.
It's like, you're not even drunk. Why are you like this?
Let's restore Dave to his prime.
I never had it. I've had old
Yeah.
man babies and a bad back since I was in 7th grade. That's it. Unless you want to take me back to 4th grade when I won 3rd grade geography bee champion and spelling bee champion.
Can we restore his
Oh,
prime?
girl. Yes, girl.
Can we restore
Prime.
his Optimus Prime?
The year.
No. Okay, so actual dead person who I would bring back in their prime. Along the same lines, I think I would get along with and really love to party with Langston Hughes. That dude, okay. So one, obviously a great poet, great lyricist. I feel like you bring back Langston Hughes today in his prime, and he's going to put every single modern rapper in their place. Like he would just be like, "Oh, we have machines that create all these fantastic sounds that I had to like find a I had music flowing through my head that I then just spoke words to, and now I can put it to I mean, he'd probably be just great a cappella rapper, and then also you just put some I'd pair him up with like Ninth Wonder and I'd just be in the studio all the time with Langston Hughes as the modern rapper. And I would have a good time. Also, I bet that dude parties like crazy.
You'd have Ninth Wonder producing?
I'd have Ninth Wonder producing.
All
right, Sarah.
More like Bomb Squad.
Yeah?
Oh,
Yeah.
tough. I mean, I was thinking like maybe like just some like really like salty old journalist like H.L. Mencken. Just like somebody to come back and just be like, listen, this is how it is, and you're all gonna listen to me and agree with me.
Fair enough.
But really, like my first instinct was, is it Prince or Bowie, which I feel like could be its own question. I also think it's kind of cruel to bring somebody back after they've died because they've done lived it. But I'm gonna go with Prince. He was younger. He had a lot of music left on the table, and I can't even believe I'm saying it because I love Bowie so much. But I bring back Prince.
Now,
You just
does
like
have music
Bowie's
in the vault.
wang.
I bet you
No, I
Prince
love
had a
his
big
music.
old dick.
And his wang.
I bet Prince had a big old dick. Like, there's no way.
Oh.
How about you, Mandy? After all this wang talk,
So the thing about me is that I just really don't know about a lot of pop culture, and I don't have a personal attachment to anyone famous. So Sarah is laughing because she knows this about me already. So there's truly nobody that has died that's been famous that I care to bring back because I just don't get attached to celebrities like that. I mean, they died, and that's sad for their family and friends, but
And even
I'm just
the
like,
lead singer of like O-Town or something.
How about James
what?
Gandolfini?
It's so offensive that you think I care about O-Town.
Tony Soprano. I love James Gandolfini. O-Town.
She doesn't know anything about pop culture.
I don't know anything about
Nothing.
pop culture. So yeah, so as far as people who are famous who have died, there's not really a lot of them. I mean, not that I don't care. They're still people. So, you know, I care about them like that.
And she is.
But of course I know who it
there's
is.
the quote right there. Mandy doesn't care.
I don't care about people.
Just take that little sound bite and just play it forevermore.
I really don't care.
And he doesn't care.
It's like, all right, we did check-ins with different podcast hosts about how they feel about the corona pandemic right now. And Mandy from Moms and Murders, how do you feel? But I really don't care about people.
I mean,
Yikes.
Well,
Right.
yikes.
I feel like we should be able
So-
to preemptively use my pick on Betty White.
So mine would be if you brought this person back to today with the technology that's available, the freedoms that they have now that they couldn't have 60 years ago, I would bring back Alfred Hitchcock. I would love to see a modern day Hitchcock movie with the technology that's available and the freedom that they have now. I mean, they still shit on everything they do in movies, but it's not he's not facing an R rating showing a toilet nowadays. It's you could get a little bit more freedom, I think. And oh God, with some of the special effects they have nowadays. Oh my God.
Here's a question. Do you think Hitchcock's actually using special effects?
No, he's still going practical.
Yeah, I don't think he'd utilize them.
No,
I think
he was camera tricks back in the day.
I think that he would feed off of what he naturally did.
He would not survive the Me Too movement, though.
Oh yeah, total
Okay,
perk.
nobody.
That
We brought back all men. We didn't bring any women.
Because
I volunteered Betty White,
forever.
and you told
Betty
me
White is
to-
She's still
alive.
alive.
I said preemptively.
Okay, B. Arthur. There.
Oh, okay. Here we
Any,
go. Bring back
any and
B.
all Golden
Arthur,
Girls.
a buddy comedy with B. Arthur and her best in real life, Angela Lansbury. Here for it. Let's bring back B. Arthur.
Are they besties or are they
And Madeline
lovers?
Kahn.
And
Also
Madeline Kahn.
One, ooh.
That would be even better.
B.
They were
Arthur,
lovers.
Angela Lansbury.
I want to bring
totally
back.
lovers.
I want to bring back Betty Davis and Joan Crawford just for the reality show
Oh, yeah.
because those
Ooh.
two hated each other. Because famously, Betty Davis did an interview and they asked her what she thought about the fact that Joan Crawford had passed away, and she said, "My mother always told me to say good about the dead. She's dead. Good."
Okay. On
Yep.
that,
Oh,
like
Good
in
story.
that line of thinking, I would bring back Dorothy Parker just for the one-liners in this day and age. We need them. She like the top Twitter celebrity.
Yeah.
All right, Mandy, we're coming to you now.
Poor
Now
man.
Now we're getting silly, but you're the expert on this one. How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
I think the number would be smaller than you think because chickens are actually very vicious. So once they get going, it depends. I mean, once there was blood, I feel like it wouldn't take that many chickens to just go after it. I'm going to say, if you want a number, I'm going to say 50.
50 chickens to
That
kill
is
an
not a
elephant.
lot of chickens.
That's not a lot, but I think 50 chickens could do it together.
I don't know. I don't know anything about chickens. And Chad brought this up earlier, and my thing was, could a chicken actually break through? I don't know anything about chicken strength. I don't know anything about chicken strength, but could
Here's our
they
next T-shirt.
could they bite through?
Chicken strong.
Well,
Elephant
I don't know. Well, I don't know about elephant skin. I'm not
Yeah.
sure, but I have seen my chickens go after a live like rodent, like a field
Yeah.
mouse or something, and they will get it and they will kill it. So I mean, obviously that's
So
not an
once, basically, once the elephant skin has been broken, then the chickens go like balls to the wall.
for sure.
Yeah, money's on the chickens.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up, my mom was in wildlife rehab, and we had birds upon birds upon birds, and then we had squirrels and raccoons and all sorts of animals in our house. And at one point, we had a chicken fell off a chicken truck, and we had this chicken in our house, and that chicken was vicious. I mean, they have all of the attitude, and yeah, I fully think
Yeah.
that once we tasted the blood, the elephant would be dead.
Yeah.
This is the weirdest
sure.
thing that I've ever said
Yeah.
in my life. Once
I
they
know.
tasted the blood, the elephant was dead.
That's the funniest thing because this is actually not the first time I've heard a hypothetical question like this about how many chickens it would take to kill a larger animal. And I always have thought the same thing, that I don't think it would be as many as people think, because chickens do have that flock mentality. So when one of them decides that it's time to just kill this thing, they all will just go there. I don't know. They talk to each other in their little chicken language and they figure it out and they do it. So yeah, I would be scared if a flock of chickens, like a whole flock, was attacking me. I would be scared. So the elephant should also be scared.
I think I could take
I'll
50
say, I
chickens.
think I could kill an elephant with one chicken. Right up the trunk, dead.
So, thinking-
That's thinking outside the box.
now, is this going after the brain through the trunk, or
I mean, isn't that how they breathe, right? I don't know. I
I
don't really
think
think
they
that
can
elephants
also
are
breathe
I think
Yeah.
elephants
That they
breathe
don't like
through.
chickens,
Do they
like
breathe through their mouth and they suck up water through their nose? Do they breathe through their nose or their mouth?
I think they can breathe through both, but they can also suck up water through their trunk.
I don't know how elephants
All right, then I'll put
breathe.
it the other end. I don't think that would go well.
I feel like if you put a chicken in an elephant's ass, that elephant is dead.
Why did the chicken go in the ass?
All
We're
right,
talking about chickens.
To get to the
attacking
other
elephants.
side.
Where did this
All
go
right.
wrong?
Okay, I need to interject here. We need an animal expert on here. Hey, Hey, it's Paul from Varmints, the podcast.
Hey.
Hey.
All right. So the question is, Paul, how many chickens would it take to kill an elephant? And
Don't let me jump, Paul. I've already given my
broke it.
expert answer, so I hope you have a better one than what I have.
That's right, because Paul is not an animal expert.
So what was the question?
How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
Mandy, what did you say?
I said 50.
Poor Paul.
What was your answer, Mandy? I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
My answer was 50 chickens because chickens are kind of vicious once they get going. So I think it wouldn't take that many to kill an elephant.
The answer is
50. He agrees that it's 50.
I think that's too many.
It's one.
I'm going with Sarah on this one. It depends on where you can get that chicken in.
Thank you.
Once the chicken's inside.
Well, yeah, but if you have a person also involved in the equation, like doing something with a chicken, but if you're talking about chickens on their own,
We didn't say anything about doing anything with the chicken.
Also, did we
It's
say
not
that
that
they?
kind of podcast.
Did we say that the chickens
whole
have to
chicken.
be?
Why does it always come down to birds?
The whole chicken.
they're not even real.
Yeah, birds are pretty real. Obviously, one chicken could kill a bunch because they're actual drones and it could just drop a bomb
Right.
on everyone.
Exactly.
Birds aren't real.
They're not.
For one.
No.
So,
Holy bucket.
easy.
All
I'm
right.
sorry I couldn't come up with a more witty answer, but I just got done playing a very exhausting game that I'm sure you guys have played before. It's the
Monopoly.
I can't because I need my glasses, so I need to find my glasses because I can't see game. You guys ever done that? You don't put your glasses down at and you're just
Glasses and
it's
phone
me.
That game.
all the time.
Were they on your forehead?
No, I took a shower, and before I took a shower, I put them down somewhere, and I didn't remember where I put them down. So I spent like 20 minutes looking for my glasses, and my
Poor Paul.
eyesight is terrible. I'm not blind like that. So that was fun. And then I saw you guys online, and I was like frantic trying to find my glasses so that I could hop online with you guys. What fancy goblet is Mandy drinking from? Oh my goodness!
Right?
So my wine glass collection, or my whole stash of wine glasses, went recently. It didn't go bad. I broke them all very quickly, like in succession. So this is the one wine glass I have right now is from Christmas, and I just didn't put it away so I could have one wine glass. So now this is officially Mandy's designated gold wine glass, and that's just how it is. Now I look fancy, but I'm not. It's just from Christmas, and I'm too broke or just lazy to go buy new wine glasses. So this is what I have.
It's the goblet of fire.
How did you break all your wine glasses?
I
This is
didn't have that
important.
many to start with. Well, Sarah, I've been, I don't know who asked me that. Emily, Sarah, you both sound the same. Okay.
Wow.
but I'm like,
We've heard that before.
I'm remodeling my whole house. So I've been drinking a lot of wine and there's a lot of stuff going on. So I have just had a few accidents, a lot of them recently, and broke all my wine glasses. So
In
now I'm down.
succession.
I was definitely imagining you just flying off the handle at something and throwing
Just-
wine glasses.
Yeah. I mean, that's a cooler story. So if we want to go with that, that's fine.
All right, Sarah,
I like
I got a
that.
question for you now. Do you have a signature move or quirk that people notice or comment on?
I mean, no. I can't think of one. I mean, I think I'm kind of a quirky person, but I think of one particular.
Huh.
Okay.
I say yes, girl, a lot. I say yes, girl. It's gender non-specific when I say it. I don't know. I have no idea.
I feel like Yes Queen is just, you're allowed to say that to everybody. And it's cool.
I just say yes, girl, because I'm like, yes, girl. It's like just a general like, oh, awesome, that happened. But I don't know that that's really a quirk or just something I started saying.
How about you, Dave?
I've got plenty of quirks. If there's something that people notice, it's that I can't speak if I'm doing anything else. Literally anything else. I can't hear and I can't speak if I'm doing something. So I play a lot of video games. If I'm playing a game, I don't hear anything. Somebody could be directly next to me, not going to hear what you're saying. I won't notice you're there until I freak out. Because the second quirk is I don't get scared. It's not fear. It's just I'm quite easily startled because I don't notice the things that are around me. So, shut up, Nate.
That actually makes me think of my quirk. I know what it is, but I can't find things that are in front of my face. I've never seen a magic eye. I don't get those, like, you see two pictures and you have to put the differences. I can never figure
either.
It's a sailboat.
That's my quirk.
You can't see magic eye.
I think because everybody's like, oh my
Never
God,
seen one.
you can't see that, and I'm like, I really don't at all. And then like I got a gift, and it was a book of magic eye crap, and it just made me so sad because, no,
That's like the
F
worst
that.
gift for somebody who can't see them.
Yeah, they're like, you can't see. It's a beautiful ship.
Now, do
No,
you know
it's
that they
not.
used to sell magic eye books? Because I went to bookstores all the time. I love reading. They used to sell magic eye books that didn't have anything in them, so that you could show them to people just to fuck with them.
I would see, and I swear to God, that's what people were doing to me.
You could just be like, "What? What do you mean you can't see it?"
Is that really what they are? Are there really pictures in there? Seriously, though, for real.
Sometimes I've wondered if they're actually, if I'm just like
Do you
the
see
naive
pictures?
person who never caught on.
Are you lying to me right
No,
now?
I can see the pictures.
Are you lying to me?
I swear to God.
There were definitely pictures in them. Like, that's actually a thing. But you would like have one of these books, and you'd be like, they say if you can't see these, that you actually have brain damage.
Great.
Like,
I have brain damage.
Well, cheers,
All
Emily.
I'm here. Water.
Drinking water
Drinking water.
because she already
Beer.
drank all her
I
beer.
already ran out of beer.
All right. So this question, Paul, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining us. This is a question for you. It sounds like something that you would say on Checking In with Chomo. Check it out, iTunes, wherever you get your podcast. Have you ever had a "this can't be happening" moment? And what was it?
Oh, wow. You put me on the spot. This can't be happening.
This can't be happening.
We were
And if you retell the
remodeling
Reba story, I'm okay with that.
I can tell the Reba story. I can tell the Reba
that's kind
McIntyre
of
story.
Yeah. For a whole new audience.
Yeah, so I had a girlfriend when I was 20, 21 years old. And that was like 1992 or something. And we were supposed to go to a Reba McIntyre concert together. And so I went up to her house. It's like she lived like 30 miles away. And she broke up with me like just before the concert. And I was just like, I was wanting to marry her. Like I was getting ready to pop the question. She broke up with me.
Yikes.
So what I should have done was gone home, like just gotten in my car and gone home. But like an idiot, I thought I would just go to the concert because maybe I would like win her back by going to this concert. And I hate Reba McIntyre to begin with. It's just not. I didn't grow up with country music. I grew up with punk and metal and the opposite of country music.
Well, that's what went
All right,
wrong, Paul. If you liked Reba, then everything would be fine.
Obviously.
This story is already great.
I know, I love it.
Reba McIntyre, dumb face. So I went to the concert. I don't remember who opened for the concert. But I went, and I was like, the whole time I'm like crying and miserable and just awful. So we go to the concert, and I don't remember who the opening act. We were down on the floor. Down on the floor, we're all standing around, and Reba McEntire comes on stage, and she starts singing the song. Like all of her songs that night, to me anyway, I know at least one of them was about like ditching the guy and because you're a strong, independent woman and getting on with your life. And songs like right next to me, her and her friends are singing, "Is there a life out there? So much she hasn't done," and I'm feeling like this big. So what happens during the concert is somebody vomits next to me. And the vomit gets on my shoe and my pant leg.
Oh man!
And anybody that knows me, it kind of goes to your little quirk about me. If you know me, like I have a really weak stomach when it comes to like I can't stand smell. Like bad smells just set me off. And it's 1991, and there's no Uber, there's no cell phone to call my friend to come get me. My car is back at her house, it's like 20 miles away, so I'm stuck there. And I forget where she parked, so I'm like, I left the concert early, but I was like wandering around the parking lot looking for this car in the dark with puke on my pants. Finally, they get out of the concert. We go home. We go back to her house. She walks me to my car, which was, so I kind of I like went in for the hug and the kiss, like maybe there was something going on, and it was like clear that she just kind of pushed me away and went back in the house.
You did smell like vomit. To credit,
He said maybe there was something going on.
What?
No.
No. Kick him
So all
in.
the
Jesus.
you have
all the way
vomit on
home.
your shoe, and you go in for a kiss after she dumped you.
Maybe there was something going on.
other end of this, and
There's always a chance.
I don't know.
There's always a
This is
chance.
how-
Goonies never
that.
give up.
You guys have
Goonies
way too
never
much hope.
Goonies never die.
There's nothing wrong with hope. There's nothing wrong with hope.
No,
So you
men have
say there's
way
a
too much
chance.
hope. Way too much. You think there's a chance, but there's no chance.
I'm with you, Paul.
was
Ignore
20
these ladies.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know.
They
The
don't
best
know.
part,
We're telling you literally how women think.
You don't know what it's
No.
like. You got to hold on to every possibility. Everyone.
There's no possibility. There's no hope.
All right.
She's done.
Ooh.
I'm going to pour my hope in my glass right now.
So
So
you
I got
go
my-
in for
That happened
the.
to you.
All right. Shut the fuck up.
Is
and
there
let Paul
more?
finish the story.
Oh, there's more.
there's
Does it get worse? Oh my
I got in my
Worse
car
than that, man.
and I started driving home. I started driving the 30 miles home, and I'm crying. I'm like sobbing, and I have the window down. But when you're like really crying hard, you like inhale in really deep. So, and every time I would do that, I would catch a whiff of the puke.
Oh
So all the
no.
way home, I was
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
That's good.
Oh, sweet baby James, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you should have just scalped the tickets. I mean, you see that in hindsight, right? Like
Oh.
you should have just gotten the money and gone and gotten drunk with a buddy.
no. When you're 21 and stupid like that, and you just you don't think that way.
I agree. I had
Not a concert. It's Reba McEntire.
I had a girlfriend buy me tickets to Childish Gambino when I was in college. And this is like way back, right when he was first.
Way back.
Well, way back.
3,
When he was
4
just, like,
years
a fucking
ago.
old man.
And I'm like, what was that, like 4 months ago?
2011.
Listen, everybody, calm down.
Baby
Not all
boy.
this. I can't control when I'm born. This is me. This is ageist. In any case, yeah, this would have been like 2010, 2011, so not that far back. Whatever.
Called it.
In any case, we broke up like a month before the concert, But the tickets were in her name, and she was not offering to just give them to me. And I didn't ask, just like they were my birthday present. Can I just have those tickets so I could take somebody else? So we ended up going. I get it. It was a good time, mostly, except for the part where I'm sitting here while she's getting hit on by other dudes while I'm here. And I'm just like, I'm just going to drink a lot and sing all my favorite songs in the corner like an asshole. So
That's
not
the
as,
best concert experience anyway.
yeah, honestly, that's what I would do at a concert. If I had my druthers, I'd be standing in the corner,
Others.
shit-faced and ignoring
Rest
all
in
the other
peace,
people.
I had my druthers.
I had my
Talking about Metallica, almost.
Had your druthers. Where's
I-
that guy?
What we're in here?
I've got a
Are we
similar story.
chicken?
I got tickets to a comedy show, and I was supposed to bring, and I was planning on bringing this girl, and it was Eliza Schlesinger was at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick, which she's like way too big now for that club, but this is going back, like probably maybe, I don't know, 2013 or something like that. She was still, small enough to do that kind of a show. So I made plans with the girl, like, I don't know, maybe like 10 days in advance. I got the tickets and everything. And I didn't talk to the girl for like a couple of days. So I call her, or I send her a text or something like that. Like, the show was at like 7:00 Saturday. I reach out to her at like 1:00 on Saturday, and I'm like, hey, can't wait to see the show tonight. Da da da. Like, do you want me to pick you up? Am I going to meet you there? Like, what's the logistics? Da da da. And I don't hear from her for a little while. So now it's getting like close to the show, and I call her at like 5:00, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And she goes, well, you didn't talk to me for like the last couple of days. So I just assumed, like if you want to be with me, like, I expect more consistent commitment. So I had like already bought the tickets and everything. So she was like, oh, well, we didn't really make these plans that hard. And I was like, no, I told you like date and time, like we're going to the show. And you said, yeah. And I said, okay, I'm going to buy the tickets. And you said, cool. And like, that's the commitment. Like you committed to go to the show with me. And now you're backing out because I didn't talk to you for like 2 days. Like, I think this was like our first date, maybe second date. Like, so this was early. I'm like, I don't owe you shit. And you're wanting like all this stuff. So I went to the show. I went to the show by myself, got a, photo with Eliza, and she's super cool and hilarious. And I don't remember that girl's name. So fuck her.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
I felt
I'm
many
not sure where to
emotions
start.
during that.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Like,
and
sometimes I was on her
like,
side,
I
sometimes I
know.
was on
I
your
went back and
side.
forth. I went back and forth. I did go back.
I mean,
and forth.
because let's be fair, Annie and I were dating new people at the same time, and we understand that sometimes when he doesn't respond to you for 6 hours, he's just gonna have to die.
Yes. That's not at all like that's completely illogical thing.
And rational.
Yes.
Can somebody explain
Yes.
that thought process to me? Because I literally,
There's no explanation needed at all.
I was seeing
Period.
somebody.
We don't ask questions.
I graduated. I got for real an actual job based on the degree that I graduated with. But okay, so it was I graduate over the summer. I applied for teaching jobs. I didn't get any of the teaching jobs I wanted.
I'm sorry. Is the end of this conversation you didn't respond to her texts for more than 6 hours? Because we're still on
Yeah.
her side.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait.
None of this matters.
Did someone die?
I get a job the day school starts, and I don't have lesson plans. I don't know who my students are. I don't know who my classroom is. And
Did you have a lunch break? Did you have to go to the bathroom? You can text her when you're in the bathroom.
Every single day. And then we made plans that after that, at the end of that first week, we made plans to go to dinner because before getting that job, my plan was we were going to move in together. But then I couldn't move to where she was because it was an hour and a half away from my job, and I had to be there at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not getting up at 3 to be to work at 6 because you're at college right now. You're going to be moving back in a couple of years, in a year or two anyway. Whatever. So yeah, end of that week, we're supposed to go out to dinner. I get to her apartment and she's just not ready. She's like sitting around in her jammies. And I'm like, our reservation's in like an hour. What are you doing? And she's like, oh, I didn't know we were still going out. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, we confirmed. I was like, we confirmed. I talked to you all week. And she's like, oh, well, you didn't come up to see me. And I'm like, what? I was working. I had to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, so I couldn't drive an hour and a half to come see you when I have lesson plans to write and papers to grade and shit to do. But suddenly, because I didn't come to see you, we don't have plans?
I can't do it.
Wait, but there was communication, right? Like some
Yes, texting, and I called her every night. But because I didn't come see her.
I feel like that's different. I think the situation is if you're texting me nonstop, you're all hot and bothered, can't get enough of me for like 3 weeks, and then suddenly you don't respond to my text for 6 hours. I'm sorry, we got to break up.
Well, yeah,
That's it.
Dead to me.
Like, you don't love me anymore. That's very clear. And
no one's
it's been
gonna
a nice ride, but
it's just not going to happen.
yeah, it's not hard
Done.
to catch a dick. Like, text every 4 hours at least.
I have expectations.
I can't figure it out.
Okay, hold on a moment.
Exactly.
Because this is important. This is important because that is the foundation. And I'm going to get myself in trouble. I'm never going to be able to hold political office because of this. But plus
Can you
other,
validate
That's
that?
way
Anthony?
gone for me.
plus other things. But I think this is a huge foundation of gender inequality. It's not hard to catch a dick. You could just wander out into the streets and be like, "Hey, you."
Right.
And they're like,
Don't be
Really
abusive and text on a regular basis.
Honestly, you'd be surprised if their pants weren't already off before you even pointed them out. They just kind of sniff it in the air that you're looking. They're like, somebody's looking. Pants got to be off. I got to be the first one.
Oh dear.
It's-
So
Or
do
it's-
better.
Who does that?
The competition is fierce. Do better.
Exactly. So women have this just
Holy buckets.
to just be like, if I need some satisfaction, I can get it. Now, in terms of relationship, obviously it's very different. You can't just I don't know, grip up somebody and be like, we're together now. But you can just be like,
Grip up somebody.
oh, sorry. This is
Cuffing? I don't know.
Nathan.
So you're not cool with the Me Too situation.
I was
Which
talking about
reminds me-
women's perspective.
Which reminds me, Sarah, do not listen to the last week's
No,
episode.
listen to it. It's great.
Oh yeah, totally listen to it. It's funny.
What I was saying.
And by last
yeah,
week, I mean the one that came out today.
yeah, come
Anyway.
on. You, me, people can't just grip somebody up and be like, this is a relationship now. It's not okay. You can't do that.
Oh.
You're way down a different path, but
Yeah. That's how I got into.
is this still
last
the elephant in
several
chicken?
relationships I've had?
Was this elephant chicken? No, this isn't happening right
What
now.
question?
That was the
Are
question.
we talking about chickens and elephants still?
No.
No, you
That's
had
what I was
Paul.
wondering.
Okay. I was
What
just
question was it?
50.
It was Paul's question. It was this is what's
This isn't happening.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't happening. Wow. Thanks for
Has
coming.
anybody
Paul.
else ever heard the expression "grip somebody up" tonight? That's a new one on me.
Grip somebody up.
All right.
Hey,
I'm
shirt
gonna
idea.
get my grip on
Dave?
Frown
after this.
upon that.
Hey, Dave.
Go find somebody in
Dave,
the
zip
empty
it up
streets.
and zip it out.
With their
You're
pants
right,
already
you're
off,
right.
apparently.
You're right.
Grip it and zip it. Unzip it.
This
All right.
It's already
redo
unzipped,
that.
according to
we do that.
Dave.
All right. I'm gonna refer to Nate on
Andy
this one.
regrets coming here.
Nate, let these people know what it means to grip somebody up in the comments. And Chad, when he posts that definition, you could go ahead and post it up.
Is this an Urban Dictionary thing?
It might be, and not urban in the classic sense, urban in the black sense.
I was happy to see you here, though, Sarah.
I I know. I didn't know you were coming to this surprise.
I know. Nobody told me who all would be here, so I didn't know if it was just going to be,
it was luck of the draw
me.
tonight. So,
They were like 40 people, and they got us.
Scraping the bottom of the barrel. Yeah.
If you guys are interested, I just pulled up grip on Urban Dictionary.
let's hear it.
I don't think it means what you think it means, Dave.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh. I would love to hear Paul read what it actually means, though.
No, hold right on.
There's 3 definitions. One is to have been caught by an authority figure. None of these are pornographic, by the way. B is to be forcibly ejected. And C, when one has come off second best in a physical confrontation. So you're just making up definitions for grip somebody up, which is fine. I respect that.
That's all Urban Dictionary is.
Urban Dictionary is bullshit.
It's made up. Well, yeah, it's all made up.
You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Look up Mandy. See what Mandy
dictionary.
means on Urban Dictionary. Let's look it up.
I'm sure it has some. I'm sure it has some kind of
Mandy besides a shit Nick Cage movie.
Great Nick Cage movie, and you shut him out.
Mandy. Top definition for Mandy.
Excuse me, it's a wonderful number in the movie White Christmas.
Top definition for Mandy: a caring, kind person who looks after everyone. She wants everyone to be happy, even when she is not.
Aww.
That is so mean, though. That literally is
That's
so
Mandy.
mean. It really is mean.
That's Urban Dictionary.
That's
What?
lovely. All right, I got 2 more, and then I'll let everybody go tonight. I got 2 more, but this one is for Anthony. Brace yourself.
Ooh.
If you were a villain or a criminal mastermind, what would be your calling card?
Oh, oh man. Oh God, because I've joked over the years so many times that the world is grateful that I use my powers for good and not for evil, because I always said I could like seriously be a supervillain with the shit that I know and just like the way my mind operates. Like it is a benefit to mankind and the universe in its entirety that I have a good soul, because I could just as easily be that kid from Birthright, like the evil Superman.
Right?
Bright.
Or
That's
Burn,
it. Yeah.
Burn.
Bright or Brightburn or whatever.
Brightburn,
Burn Bright.
The James Gunn one, the evil Superman. What would be my calling card? I kind of feel like I would be Riddler-esque in real life. Leaving clues to see who is smart enough to figure out what it is I'm trying to do. But like the more recent Riddler, where he's like intelligent, but it's like an OCD for him. We covered it on one of our episodes. We did the Riddler.
Keeps on the couch.live.
Thank you. Yeah, where it would be, like I said, trying to leave riddles and shit for people to figure out and guess. That would be my calling card, because it wouldn't be anything physical, because I would be like a brain supervillain, because I'm not beating anybody up. It wouldn't take more than 2 chickens to defeat me. So
one more than an elephant.
Yeah.
Having said that, I eat chicken, like I go through like 3 pounds of chicken a week.
But 1 chicken with salmonella would just do it.
Oh yeah. One chicken with salmonella, I'm done.
Take it
I
down.
will never forget, by the way, it's funny, like some things stick with you. I couldn't tell you what I had for breakfast yesterday, but I'll never forget in home ec class in 6th grade, Cheryl Moore said the reason we can't eat raw eggs is because, quote, chickens are slur that I don't like to use, but that's why you can't eat raw eggs. Why
Chickens are what?
Yeah, I need the
Retarded.
slur.
Yeah, I need to know
I
what
don't
it is.
understand what
Oh, they're
Spell it out.
Oh, I got it. I get it. I
What
get
is
it
it?
now.
Chickens are.
They're retarded.
Yeah, I
Oh,
work.
There, I
R
said it.
word.
I work with
R word.
I work closely with
Yuck.
a charity for special needs kids. I really don't like using that word.
Okay,
but
so you can't
it's-
say it.
Yeah, I
it's
hear
that
it.
kind of, but it's
Yeah,
that kind of thing
yeah.
that, like I said, in 6th grade, she said it in home ec class that's why we can't eat raw eggs, and I was like, what?
I don't like that Cheryl Moore, and I don't want you to spend any more time with her.
Yeah. Cheryl sucks.
I haven't seen her in probably like 25 years, so
I'm sure
You're
her
good.
parents are letting her hang out with other kids right now.
Maybe she's dead.
Ooh, can we bring Cheryl Moore back?
Bye,
my bully,
Cheryl.
my bully from grammar school did die at the age of 19 from a drug overdose. So
Karma.
No, he's dead. He dead.
Bam.
Bam.
Cheer that?
He was.
was that line from Mark Twain, like, I don't wish people dead, but I have read several obituaries with great enjoyment, or something to that effect.
To that effect, yeah.
Mark
So-
Twain. He'd be a great one to bring back right now.
Good call.
He'd be super mad about it, though.
Right there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would bring back H.P. Lovecraft and make him watch black people enjoy his
I would bring him back to have him watch Jordan Peele do In the Mouth of Madness.
Oh my god!
I think that won. That's it.
That's it.
I just
Dave's
broke
out for
Dave.
the night.
All right, I just came.
He's done now.
And time spent.
Good thing.
Which
I'm
is
yeah.
time for us to wrap up. So let's go through, and I'm going to ask one final question to everybody as we wrap it up. And in particular, it is for the 5 podcasters that are currently on here. Spoilers, maybe soon to be 6. We're trying to get Emily to get her own podcast because she's got a story to tell.
I told you, Emily. What did I tell you? I
No, you were wrong. You were wrong, Mandy. It wouldn't be with him. It'd be
No,
by
it's
myself.
all by herself.
I totally.
I am
know
all about
that.
it. I would listen
I am
100%.
so about that.
Hilarious.
I would definitely listen to just you. I mean, I also would
Yeah,
listen
just
to
you.
Chad, I guess, but I
No,
would-
she doesn't listen to us.
It's just me.
She doesn't
I do
listen to
listen to
herself
you.
either. But anyway, okay, we'll get to you. All right, so Dave will save you for the end because you have something to say, I'm sure. Sarah, final question.
Yes.
Everybody can think about this as we go through, but just to say goodbye. Thank you, Sarah, for coming on. We call her friend Sarah in the house because there's friend Sarah and work Sarah.
But work Sarah's also friend Sarah.
and friend
I
Sarah
work
is-
friend Sarah.
Friend Sarah is also internet friend Sarah and internet friend Emily. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Mandy, what's up?
And Sarah froze, so
Yeah.
maybe she can talk, maybe she can't, but she's frozen right now.
Damn it, Sarah.
Are you still there, Sarah?
Can you hear me?
Oh,
I
there
can
she
hear you
is.
now.
Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hello.
All right. So
Hi.
you're parting. Do you have anything to promote? I know you do things, but it's kind of quarantine time. So
I do things. I don't have anything to promote right now, but there is definitely a podcast on the horizon.
that's right. It's called the Perfect Package Podcast. Check it out. Chad and Dave, 2 hosts, 5 picks, 1
Mayday. It is called
Oh, sorry.
Mayday. I'm doing it with my friend Josh. And,
Aw.
it is not premiered yet, but it will be called Mayday, and it is about Cheers, and it is named for Sam Mayday Malone, the lead
Nice.
character in Cheers.
I love it.
I love it. I'm so
Love
excited
it.
about it.
I
too.
love it. Hey, did you know that I used to be a tour guide in Los Angeles and the museum that at the time had the Cheers set? The
Well, we
actual
will be
Cheers set.
inviting you onto the podcast for sure, Chad. Thank you for offering time.
Okay, great. Okay, next topic. Your parting question, and everybody's going to get this question. Would you rather your voice sound like Gilbert Godfrey or Fran
Would-
Drescher?
Oh, I'm going to go with Fran Drescher. I like a beautiful woman. I like a woman who says what she means. There we go. That was neat. Thank you.
Thank you. Paul from Varmints Podcast and Checking In with Chomo, both on the Podfix Network. You can check him out everywhere you find social media. He'll plug himself. But how about you to leave us tonight? What voice would you rather have, Gilbert Godfrey or Fran Drescher?
Probably Fran Drescher, because I'm generally a very quiet person until you put a microphone in front of my face. And just if that voice came out of me, it would just shock everybody and probably, hopefully, like make them run away. So Fran.
All right. Did I plug you okay? We got everything there?
Yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Nobody will listen to this anyway. I mean, our dozens of fans will listen. But anyway, we have dozens of fans all around
There are
the world.
dozens of us.
Literal tens.
Tens? Okay.
Tens of dozens.
Tens of dozens. Anthony, Capes on the Couch. You do that every week with Doc Issues. We'll call him Doc Issues.
Yep. Dr. Issues, my co-host, best friend.
Dr. Issues, best friend. And so you, same question. Gilbert or Fran? The nanny or Zazu? Was
No,
he
he wasn't.
Zazu?
No, he was
No.
Iago in Aladdin.
Iago. Fuck. Disney. I just
Still
lost
bird,
all my
still
Disney
bird.
cred.
Still a bird.
Here's the thing.
All about the birds here.
If I had to do a voice coming out of my mouth as either Gilbert Gottfried or Fran Drescher, I have to do Gilbert Gottfried. I would do it like louder, but my son is asleep in the next room, and I know I would wake him up if he heard Dad screaming.
Good
know,
feature to
That's
have in itself.
adorable.
That's pretty dope.
I just got a text from my wife. Shh.
Aw.
Case in point. She's in the living room on
That
the
was
other side of the
really-
house. She could hear me.
That was really fun. Thanks for doing that.
Not in time. Time's now 6:09.
From your wife. Seriously. Shut up. Your kid's asleep.
And text her back. Jesus Christ.
Text her back.
Wait 6 hours.
She needs ice water.
No, do not wait.
Do you have
I'm
dogs?
honey,
Did you let them
love
out
you
yet?
so much. Did I mention that you're beautiful?
Wait
I
until the
really
next
like
time
that
you
nail
see her in
color.
person.
It's my birthday tomorrow. She knows.
Holy shit.
Ah.
Happy birthday.
She knows.
Yeah,
where I
happy birthday.
Happy
Yay.
birthday.
Mandy from Moms and Murder. Longtime enemy of the podcast. No, I'm sorry. No, she was very influential in nothing that I did, but no.
Oh.
Wow.
No, she was
Wow.
sounding board as we were leading up in the probably 600 incarnations of this before Dave came along and nailed it down. So
I
thank
mean,
you,
I
Mandy,
think
for
I
coming
was-
out.
I'm sorry, Dave, but I think that I was a top contender for your spot for a while there. I was going to do this podcast with Chad, and then
Oh.
and then you came along and
And-
stole the spotlight from me.
And
So
7 months later, how many times has she been on the podcast? That's right.
Yeah. So anyway, the question is basically asking which two annoying voices I would prefer to to have myself. And
Man, do you know who they are? Do we need to
I-
explain it to you?
Yeah,
I
that
know
was
who
the
they
next
are.
part.
I definitely know who they are. But here's my thing. So I'm not at all about to choose like whose voice I think is less annoying, because I don't know. I have a really soft spot and sensitive spot for that, because I think people's voices getting judged is kind of like bullshit. So I
Thank
don't like
you.
to do that, and I have my own podcast, as Chad's already said many times, and there are people who don't like my voice, and that's fine. They don't have to like my voice, but to like pick and choose between two like terrible voices, I feel like it's not really fair. You can't really help your voice. So I'm going to be that person and just say that I'm not going to choose. I'm not going to make a choice, because I know what it's like to have an allegedly annoying voice, and I just don't like that. You know, I don't want to choose between Fran and whoever the other guy was.
The parrot
They're
guy.
making a lot of money off of those voices.
Mandy, that was the dumbest answer I've ever fucking heard.
Yeah,
I
agreed.
just didn't know who Gilbert Gottfried was, and you were
She just
like,
totally wimped out on that.
the cop out answer.
No, it's
Yeah.
It was a cop. No, it was totally a cop out because she doesn't know who.
She
either
doesn't know
one
who they
is.
are.
I do know
Exactly.
who they are. Oh my god.
She
I
doesn't.
do know who they are.
She
I'm just not
has a
gonna do
fancy
that.
schmancy podcast. She has to be PC.
Meh.
Even though she dropped the BF, and she dropped the F and the MF and the FF, another F. She said an MF in there. There was a mother before one of them. You heard it on here.
None of that happened.
I don't know about all this. I'm not gonna hold it.
Anyway,
I'm clearly picking Gilbert Gottfried because the money. Fran Drescher, I don't know if she did. I don't believe she did any voice acting. And honestly, the only thing I remember Fran Drescher was from The Nanny and a bunch of shitty movies that I didn't want to watch. So
I'm looking up their net worth right now for you. So
Gilbert
you'll know.
Gottfried is part of.
he's got the Disney money.
He's got Disney cash. Get out of here. I
Also,
want that.
He's got $30 million.
Says who?
Wikipedia.
No.
Yeah. It says wealthyperson.com.
When-
Wealthyperson.com.
Okay, so
Wealthy
Fran Drescher's 30 million.
persons.
And Gilbert Gottfried?
30 million. I'm looking
Oh,
him up.
30. Oh, you're looking him up.
Uh,
But does he have a snail coming after him?
In the toilet.
yeah, no. Gilbert Gottfried is. I don't think his voice is annoying at
6
all.
million.
Bullshit. Hooey. Lies and slander.
6 million.
I don't accept that. That site is.
I don't
horse
accept
shit
it.
As no.
I think you should Google around because I mean Fran Drescher's been around a long time.
Fran Drescher.
I mean, she was in Whoa, no, she's awesome. First of all, she was in Spinal Tap.
Yeah, she was.
This
All
is
right.
Spinal Tap. She's been around a long time. She's done a lot of work. She's very funny.
She does do a lot of work.
It's been a while.
No, Gilbert Gottfried, infinitely better voice. It's a great voice. Fran Drescher's voice is not necessarily annoying. I assume, okay, it might be wrong of me to assume that she puts on an additional that whatever it is that she has. I would make the assumption that in normal circumstances, when she's not trying to be that person for the camera, that she doesn't sound quite so god awful.
Neither
But
does Gilbert.
Gilbert,
Yeah, Gilbert.
Oh, she was
puts it
also in
on,
the
too. I've
Hollywood
heard Gilbert
Nights.
do an
I forgot about
interview
that.
where he didn't do it.
but for Gilbert Gottfried, same thing. But I just like how ridiculous his voice is. He sounds like a cartoon character, and I would use that. I would definitely be a voice actor because he just got to use that one same voice for everything. He didn't even have to try. It wasn't so, like he had a range of voices that he did. He had one, and he got paid to do it.
Well, and for the dozens of fans that listen to the podcast on a regular basis, when was that? It was earlier this month. It was 2 weeks ago when we did the Star Wars episode.
Yes.
Behind the scenes talk off the air. Gilbert Gottfried was one of Dave's choices for the voice of Darth Vader. Which would have been amazing.
She's incredible. I suggest that you go look because I'm reading about her right now. She's amazing. Like she's done Broadway. She's
sure
she's done
she-
activism.
Yes.
She's all right.
She's
She's great.
She married
She
a gay man.
I really forgot about the I forgot she was in the Hollywood Nights.
Yeah.
She's like a cult movie.
she doesn't break my top 100 people.
Ever. All right, so everybody here in on the show tonight is invited back for individuals where we don't step on each other's toes and you can hear each other. You're invited back for your own episode whenever it may be. Anthony, we've talked a lot. It's happening. Trust me on that.
I'll talk to you about it.
We've actually
We need to redo the Muppets episode because I'm very upset about everything.
that we didn't do Sweetums.
She said I'm very
A lot of
upset about
others.
everything.
Like
Everything.
like whom? Top three that were not mentioned.
Top 3 Muppets. Go.
I don't remember who was mentioned.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
I'm
Next.
sorry. I didn't memorize your podcast.
God damn it.
Why?
God damn it. Anthony, we got a cool 4th of July idea that you might be down for.
Oh boy, that's gonna be fun.
I'm down.
It's an expansion of one that we've done previously. So I'll hit you up on Twitter and let you know. And Paul, we got to do an animal one with you. I know which one we're gonna do with you. We just need to arrange a time.
I want to get up on the animal episodes.
She wants to
Yeah.
she grew up, her parents did wildlife rescue growing up. So she is all about the animals.
Yeah.
She had a pet raccoon.
Well,
growing
no,
up.
I did not have a pet raccoon.
She had
I
several
had
pet
probably
raccoons.
20 to 30 that rotated that we had to slowly transition back to the woods, but a few would stay for longer than welcome. We had raccoons, we had squirrels, we had bunnies, we had every kind of bird imaginable. So yeah.
So she'd be a fun one with
I have
that.
fun facts.
She'd have we have like 500 nests on our front porch right now.
I'm always like,
It's-
that's
Oh
a
my
starling,
gosh,
that's a
I know.
house finch, that's a robin.
I've been watching
Me too.
your little finch nest.
Is that annoying because we have a new
That's
amazing.
It's not annoying. I love
It's
it
a
so much.
finch nest.
Yes, and no, and
Sweet.
Paul would actually love that too if he was your favorite friend. And
Okay,
he
you should
mentioned-
find me then because we've got the ones that
They
hatched,
have a cute little babies.
the ones that hatched 2 weeks ago, well, like 2.5 weeks ago, they need to go. Like I tell Chad all the time, they're at the point where they're asking their parents to bring them up cigarettes. They need to go ahead and fledge from the nest. They are big. They're just sitting in the middle of the fern. The ones that just hatched in the door, they're adorable. They're little teeny wee little babies. And then we've got 2 robins nests that should be hatching, I would say within the next week or so. I just noticed the eggs probably a week ago. So if they should have another week or so. So
How
we've got
did you
birds
become the bird
everywhere.
mom?
How?
How did you become?
I grew up with birds. We had so many birds and we would just feed them. We like the finches, they were always the hardest. Finches and chimney swifts were the really hard ones because they have real narrow mouths and they were really hard to feed. But the robins, I'm excited about them. They're going to be adorable when they hatch. And it's fun because Chad's never really experienced this nor cared about stuff like this. And he's shaking his head. But
Still don't.
yes, you do. Fun fact, Chad alerted me to the fact that one of the freshly hatched babies had fallen out of the wreath and was like hanging by its head in the wreath. And he's like, Emily, I need your help. I need your help. And I had to move the baby back into the nest, and then I had to move the nest to the light because it kept getting knocked out every time somebody would go through the door. So Chad is the one
You
that
saved the bird?
attached the nest with yarn that he cut and hung so the birds could be.
Did you save the baby?
Babies are all saved. There's 4 new babies in the wreath. 2 born yesterday, 2 born today, and then the babies that are in the fern, they need to get to going because they're just taking advantage of the situation now.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Dave.
I love them all.
Dave, do you have anything to send us off into the world with tonight?
I do. I was, checking in on the state of things as they are. And
Political and otherwise?
if you didn't know, our beaches and beach towns are about to start opening up. And for those of you who live nearby, i.e. not in Delaware, that includes you, Chad, sorry. I would point you to the line that says they will be opening up for Delaware residents. The rest of you can fuck off and stay off our beaches.
We don't want to come.
Lies and slander. Our beaches
That's
are always
exactly what we said in Florida too. We're open for Florida, but not for anyone else.
exactly.
Yeah, Jersey.
But then all the
Jersey's
spring breakers went.
all you Bennies and Shubies, stay the fuck home.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything else about Jersey, but if you're going to come through my state with your nonsense to get down to the beaches, go to your own. You got plenty. If you're coming from Maryland or Virginia, stay the fuck home with your nonsense. Go to the bay.
I just want to know, and
Do not go to the Bay. That's where we live. No.
I might
Nobody
get
wants
hit
you
on
at the
for this,
Bay.
but I think that it is
Bye,
a
Anthony.
huge middle finger to healthcare workers and nurses of the lines of people that I saw on the boardwalk via boardwalk cam of people waiting for French fries. Come on, man. Just chill
French
out.
fries.
Chill out.
Go to fucking McDonald's.
Chill out. Anyway.
I love everybody here, but I have to leave now because I will say things I don't need to say publicly.
Aw.
Oh, we
Come
love you,
back
Mandy.
I love all of
Come back
you.
soon,
Have a
Mandy.
good night.
Go
I
to Mandy's
Find a
beaches,
thing
not
for
to
you. We'll get
ours.
you on
Yeah,
here.
go to Mandy's
No!
beaches.
Ours are
Go to
crappy compared to
beaches.
hers.
Wide
Don't
open.
come to my beaches. You don't have to come to my beaches. Yeah. Just do your own thing in your own home. That's
Do
fine.
you be you stay true?
Do you be you stay true. I love that motto. All right, guys. I love you all.
Bye.
Love you, Mandy. Bye.
Look, we're all waiting like
We're all waving like, hey. Like anybody can see that.
You do
All
the
right.
John Mulaney way.
All right, now we're going to get started. All right. Welcome, everybody. No.
like really I have
I was
guts.
like, wait, I'm like ready to be done.
All right, we're done. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in tonight. And until next time, if there is a next time, we'll talk to you then.
Deuces.
Okay. Whew.
Nice to meet you.
That
Nice
was
to
really
meet you,
fun.
Dave.
Thanks for having us on.